Hello. Hello, my name's Michael Mullins. I'm a U.S. Navy veteran. I left my home state of Virginia in 1984, joined the Navy, uh, got out with honorable discharge in 88, got married, ended up in Alabama. I was in Alabama the last 23 years, and while at Alabama, I had a work-related accident, and a crane operator didn't follow proper safety procedures, had a load of steel knocked over on me. I ended up mid-flight to Huntsville Hospital. I there spent a month and a half in the hospital. I went through emergency surgery. I was kept in a coma, and chemical-induced coma, for a little over a week. Of course, workers' comp, they drug it out. In 2012, we settled. Okay, I'm supposed to have open medical for the rest of my life. Well, from the very beginning, they never complied to the open medical. My lawyer had tried, and he said let him take care of it, and he worked on it for years. And just recently, my lawyer has resigned, and I moved back to Virginia to be closer to my parents and spend what time I can with them. I moved back here, and just as soon as I moved back, they took me off my long-term pain management, put me on short-term pain management. The doctor they're sending me to says that he thinks it's been long enough. It's time I got over it. I had 18,000 pounds of steel slam me butt first down on a concrete floor. The right toe, the toe of my right work boot was touching my right hip. I've got a metal rod in my right femur where it broke my femur in 2 places. It broke my shin in 3 places. It literally twisted and ripped my kneecap, my right kneecap, away from the socket. I got a titanium radial head in my left elbow, screws in my right collarbone. I had a right shoulder separation, 13 surgeries, 2 years of physical therapy. Now that I moved back to Virginia, they've got my lawyer to somehow drop out on me. Now workers' comp has been non-compliant from the whole beginning of this thing. They have never once adhered to the consent decree or the court-ordered settlement. Now what I'm finding out is they're trying to drop my lifetime medical, and they're not wanting to treat any of my injuries. My problem is I cannot find a lawyer. It has to be a lawyer licensed in Alabama, and I was told that I should be able to reopen the whole case since workers' comp has been non-compliant from the beginning, since they broke the court-ordered legal settlement agreement, or consent decree as they call it. It should have been voided from the beginning, and my lawyer said let him handle it. We've worked off and on for years, and now he's dropped out, and workers' comp has pretty much thrown me to the wolves of their lawyers. They're trying their best to get me released from any future medical. After only keeping me on pain medicine, I was on 4 Percocet 10s a day just to control my pain, just to have somewhat of a life to get around, and I was doing good. They took me off my medicine. They've never once treated my back. My quality of life's just diminished greatly. I can't hardly get around. I have lower back pain all the time. They won't treat that. I'm supposed to have a knee replacement, and I'm looking for an Alabama licensed lawyer that will help me take this back to court, sue workers' comp, if possible even reopen the case and go back to the company, just because I just don't agree with the way workers' comp has treated me. They've been non-compliant from the beginning, and I think it's about time somebody help to set this stuff right. I'm sure there's a lot more people out there. It's maybe even in worse shape than I am, but I'm sure it's a lot of people that's had to deal with workers' comp, and they just, for lack of a better term, just get screwed over, They don't do what they say they're supposed to do. It's a court agreement, but apparently workers' comp makes their own rules. They can do what they want, and doesn't seem to be anybody out there that seems to care or even try to do anything about it. Please pass this on. Please see if you can, I'm looking to social media, to all you viewers out there on YouTube. I watch it a lot, and this is actually my first video posting to YouTube. Just please pass this on. I moved back here to spend what time I have left with my parents. I'm sure most of y'all can appreciate, that. And they're getting up in age. I don't know how much longer I'm going to have them. But since they've taken me off my medicine and not treated any of my injuries, it's more like my parents taking care of me. And I'm not going to have that. It's not right. It's not fair to them. And that's not what I moved back here for. I need a lawyer that has the backbone and that will go after workers' comp tooth and nail, reopen this whole thing if possible, since the way I see it, the legal agreement was broke from the very beginning. I signed a settlement agreement based under the assumption and based under the facts that they will take care of my injuries related to this accident for the rest of my life. Once we signed that agreement, that was the end of it. That was the end of it. They just blatantly ignored and avoided any kind of treatment other than pain management, pain pills. Matter of fact, I was doing my own physical therapy. I had gotten a Bowflex Max Trainer 5. I was doing all my own physical therapy, and the pain medicine controlled the pain for me to be able to do that. But since they've took my pain medicine away from me and they never treated what's causing the pain, that's no longer an option. I'm pretty much just in pain all the time. To a couch, a chair, bed, until it wakes me up with severe pain in the morning. I can only lay down in bed for so long. And again, my problem is workers' comp is trying to drop me from all future medical, and they never once I've got proof where my lower back's part of the injury. A vascular surgeon said I'm supposed to follow up once a year with that. None of this has ever been done, and they've just avoided it. Now it's come to the point when I moved to Virginia, it's like, okay, we've spent enough money on them, it's time to cut them off. And their doctors that they send you to, I go in there, he writes me a prescription for Lyrica for my nerve damage, says, that's it, I'll see you next month. Pretty much kicks me out. He had the nerve to tell me, I think it's been long enough. I don't think you're hurting as bad as you say you are. I think it's time you got over it. Like I tried to tell him, you take 18,000 pounds of steel knocked over on you, slams you flat down in a concrete floor, breaks your right leg in 5 places, rips your kneecap off to the side, and just crushing injury to the lower part of my leg. It's been a nightmare. And I thank God, I can walk, and I am alive. I'm not complaining about that. But I need help to get workers' comp to do what they agreed to do. I'm just a little peon, I guess, just like all the rest of us out there, and once you're thrown to the wolves, that's it. As soon as they found out my lawyer resigned, or however they got him to resign, or whatever happened, my lawyer has agreed to forward all depositions, all information, everything related to this case to another lawyer. I'm looking for a good trial lawyer or someone that'll push this through. I had to go to 21st of this past month, drive all the way back to Alabama, face workers' comp lawyers by myself in front of a judge to plead my case not to be dropped. Anyway, I'm looking for any and all help out there. Please let me know. My email address is virginia.com countryboy69@gmail.com, all lowercase. Just please pass this on. Social media is the strongest thing out there. I'm looking for help, and I know somebody knows somebody that can help me, and I'm looking for a bulldog of an attorney. I'm set up with the VA now as far as my primary care, since I'm a veteran, and I would even be willing, since they've denied my back for all these years, to get the VA to take care of that and sell my back out to them for a reasonable amount that's good for the attorney and good for me. And I still want to stick it to workers' comp and at least hold them to the rest of my injuries, if not all of them. I don't know a whole lot about the law. All I know is I need help. So if you know anyone out there who can help me, or you can help me, please get in touch with me through my email. It has to be a lawyer licensed in Alabama, and there's even all these discrepancies, the not following the safety procedures from the operator that dumped the load over on me, just all kinds of stuff. OSHA come in, said safety violation. They also cited the overhead cranes as some sort of safety violation, and that's what partially caused my accident. But anyway, please, let's get this out there, and let's get someone that can help, and let's stick it to workers' comp. Let's show them they can't get away with this. And if there's anyone else out there that's been done this way by workers' comp, let's start all standing up. Let's put a stop to this. I mean, we have a right. We're working for a company. We work for a certain pay. We agree to that pay, and that's what we work for. And you get hurt because of someone else on the job or something you had nothing to do with, and you're the one to blame. You're at fault. You're not entitled to nothing. And the so-called settlement agreement, we'll sign this. It's a court order, and there you go. As soon as it's done, it's like, no, we're not going to do this. If I went out and bought a new car, and I put so much money, say $1,000 down on it, and signed a contract, what would happen if I said, no, I'm not paying no more, that's it? I'd be in court faster than I could shake my fist. They'd be right there on top of my back like wolves. Well, why is it workers' comp can write their own rules and do their own thing, and they're above the legal system? And how come it is once it's been settled and your open medical's never been taken care of, no lawyer wants to take it because they say there's not any guarantee of money in it? Well, why isn't it a guarantee to sue workers' comp for not doing what they're supposed to do? And I'm under the impression I should be able to reopen the whole case. And I've got all kinds of evidence myself, plus what my lawyer is saying, plus a lot of stuff on the company where I got hurt too, which, by the way, was a steel plant, individually owned. The man owns 3 of them, and he was listed at number 47 or 48 out of the top 50 richest men in the United States. Now, I'm not looking to get rich over this. I'm just looking to get righted over this. Now, if a lawyer wants to go after the money, that's great. If he can get me some more money, that's great. I mean, it sucks being on Social Security disability, not being able to work. It really does. Please take the time to pass this on. Any and all help is appreciated. I need a lawyer in Alabama that's a go-getter and that's not buddy or afraid to step on somebody's toes. Somebody that's got the backbone and gonads to go after workers' comp and to set this straight. Thank you for your time. God bless you all. Bye.